It is The Wave, 97.9 WHAV, and in the studio with me is Jillian Lemieux. And Jillian, good morning. Thanks for joining me today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So it is true, it's all over the internet that you did not run here this morning.
I did not. I drove this morning.
Well, I don't blame you. Now, before we get it, you're a topic of one of our news stories today, but I'd like to hear it from your own words. The reason that you are going to be running for in the Boston Marathon coming up in April is to raise some funds. And when I read your story, it was an amazing story.
Thank you.
So congratulations for working your way through all that stuff. But
thank you.
Why don't you tell folks what your story is?
Yeah, definitely. So I've been a runner for a long time. I started my running at Haverhill High on the cross country team there, and I ran for 4 years, cross country and track, and I really loved it. And I've just been running for ever since, and it's always been a goal to do the Boston Marathon. And I also work at Dana-Farber, so I do administrative work there. And I love the team of people that I work with. I feel like it's a really special group of doctors, and they all just really care so deeply about their patients, and it's amazing to be a part of that. And then I also have kind of been on the other side of things too. So I was a patient at Dana-Farber as well. So I was diagnosed with Hodgkins Lymphoma in 2016, right around when I was graduating from high school. And I was treated at Dana-Farber for 6 months, and I received chemo and everything. And the care that I received there was just really exceptional. My doctor really went above and beyond just treating me. She really cared deeply about me as a person and me as a young adult, and she took all of my own adolescent concerns about my hair falling out and everything. She made it as important to her as it was to me. So she just really was. I really was lucky. I had the best doctor and the best team of nurses who took such great care of me. Were you living in Haverhill at the time, going back and forth? Yes. Yep. So I would go in biweekly for chemo treatments. Oh, wow. And then I'm sure once you had the treatment, it would hit you for a couple of days, right? Yeah. It was kind of, I would have a week on the couch pretty much of not feeling good, and then I would have a good week after that for my off week where I could feel more like myself. And for your family, though, you weren't the first one to have cancer. Yeah. So my mom also had cancer. We had very similar cancer experiences, but very different as well. So she had the same diagnosis, Hodgkins lymphoma, right around the same age as I was. And so she was also treated, but she received a very different type of care than I received. Yeah, well, she got the care that was thought proper at the time, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They did the best that they could at the time, but she did receive a lot of radiation, which they try not to do now. I didn't receive any radiation, so that was nice to know. But she received a lot of radiation, which then later led to another type of cancer later on in life, which led to her passing too. Now, how long have you been at Dana-Farber? I've been there now for 2 years. Have you seen advances in treatments? Yeah, even just working there, I see the doctors constantly doing research about all different types of treatments and all different types of supportive care and everything, and it's really amazing. I'm just curious. Now, when you were getting your treatment, did your hair fall out? So it did. It thinned a lot, but I was very worried about that the whole time. So my doctor told me about a supplement that helped to keep it like as much as it could. It was called biotin, but it basically it definitely did thin a lot, but I'm glad to be healthy now. I'm glad to have all my hair. So.
Yeah, your hair came back strong. My gosh.
You. Yeah.
Now we also have a piece of sound you talking about your coach.
Yeah.
And I know that this year, I think he was the Merrimack Valley Coach of the Year for track and field.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about Coach? You call him Coach Mags, right?
Yeah, Mags. No, he's a really amazing coach. He definitely, even just during like high school, he didn't only care about like athlete success on the track. He cared about me as a person. So when I was getting diagnosed, he was a big support for me. I remember it was right around like this state meet that we were going to, and it was a big exciting meet, but it was also I had gotten a biopsy right before that, and so basically he allowed me to do whatever I could. He didn't push me. He was like, I want you to be comfortable and be good. And so he's just always been a support, and even during my treatments too, he would text me and wish me good luck for the next treatment, and he even allowed me to run with the team on weeks that I felt good, which gave me such a sense of normalcy, which was so helpful. And it allowed me to kind of escape the being sick realness and everything. So. He
would be the very first one I would go to for a donation.
Yeah. No, he's so good. He's always been a huge support, so it's nice.
So tell me about the donation with the Jimmy Fund. Now, some people make the Boston Marathon based on time, and others based on money that they can raise, right?
Yes, yeah. So I'm raising money for the team. So my goal is to get $10,000, which I know is a steep number, but I think it's attainable, and 100% of the donations go directly to Dana-Farber, so they go to the Claudia Adams Barr program for cancer research, which basically helps with every day with medical advancements in research, and it has such a close importance to me. So
now, because you had your cancer when you were young. Do you find yourself gravitating towards cancer patients that you might see at work that are very young too?
Yeah, I think I definitely notice that more. A lot of the patients that we see at work are older, so I think when it is a younger person, I can kind of feel like a closeness to them. And I think too they've added a lot of like services for young adults now since I've been there. Like there's a young adult waiting room, which they didn't have. So it's really cool to kind of see like the changes they've made since then too.
Tell me about your training for the marathon. What are you doing?
Yeah. So I'm kind of just starting out right now. Right now I'm so Coach Mags made me a schedule actually to help me. So that's been really good to see it kind of all laid out. And it's not as scary as I envisioned. So it's there definitely are some like long runs on the weekends, like 10, 15, 20 miles. But then there are also days where it's like four easy miles or workout days that are supposed to help me with speed and strength and everything. So it's nice to have it laid out, and I'm like holding myself accountable to staying on it, so it's cool.
And you've done some half marathons, right?
Yeah, I've done 5 halves, and it's a lot of fun, so I'm ready for a full.
I was just thinking a half marathon, so if you've done 5, you've done already 2.5 marathons.
Yeah, that's true.
All it is just a few more steps, right?
Yeah, just a few.
So if somebody wanted to make a donation, we have a link on our story at WHAV.net, but if somebody wanted to make a donation elsewhere, what do you have?
Yeah, so the link goes directly to my fundraising page, or you can go right to, there's a Dana-Farber DFCI Marathon Challenge website page. And on there, you can hit support a runner, and then you would just type in my name, Jillian Lemieux, and then hit donate, and you can enter all your info and your donation and everything. So it's pretty straightforward on the website, which is good.
All right. And now, besides just taking the straight donations, do you have any events that you're thinking about?
I know. Right now, I haven't planned an event yet, but it definitely is on my radar. I've gotten a lot of good input from people telling me about fundraising events that they've been to for marathons that have been successful. So I definitely have some good ideas coming at me, which is helpful. Yeah,
you could do, we were talking before you went on the air about these, going to a bar and, every time they pour a beer, you get $1.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
You could do we have a story today about Academy Lanes, or the DeBurrow family Academy Lanes.
Mm.
And so you could do something with maybe pin drops.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You could do something with what they call it, cornhole.
Oh, yeah. There's so many good ideas.
A lot of ideas. I don't want to do any of them, but got a lot going on there. Well, it's been a pleasure. Do you want to come back and we can get an update as far as what's your best time for a mile?
Thank you. My best time in high school was 5:31, but I haven't done that in a long time, so yeah.
You mean you've gotten slower?
A little bit.
5:31 for a mile?
For a mile, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not a sprint. You were just doing your thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any practice runs? You're going to do your training, but you're going to do any half marathons between now and then? Does Coach Mags have you set for that?
I know. I haven't planned, I haven't signed up for a half to do during my training, but there are some training days where it is going to come out to be a half marathon, so I guess I might as well sign up for one.
You going to do a treadmill type of training at all?
Yeah, I probably will. I really don't like running on the treadmill, so especially long distances, I'd rather be outside, but I probably will, depending on the snow and rain and everything.
Do you have special clothing for bad weather?
I do. I have some clothes that are specifically for cold days, and that keeps me warm, and some dry clothes for rainy days. But I don't know. I don't like the cold weather, so whenever I'm chilly, I don't like it. I kind of try to keep warm as much as I can. So I probably will find myself on a treadmill at some point.
All right, so the Boston Marathon is April 21st?
Yes, yep.
Okay. So, we should see if we can get you back in maybe in May?
Yeah.
Or not May, March.
March, yeah, that'd be great. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
all
thank you.
Let me talk to my people and see if we can get in touch with your people.
Okay.
We'll set that up. All right. Well, Jillian, anything else you'd like to add today?
No, I really appreciate you having me. It's been such a pleasure and so nice talking to you. So thank you.
Oh, my pleasure to have you here, and good luck with everything. And again, we'll remind people the link to donate is found on the story about you on WHAV.net. So they have the link there. And it's very nice that Dana-Farber, or the marathon, I guess it's the marathon people, that you have your own donor page, right?
Yeah, that's really cool. We get to make our own.
Oh, you do? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And you put your picture on there?
Yeah. We can write our story, put our picture and everything, so it's really cool.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, good luck with everything, and we'll see you running around town, okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay. Jillian Lemieux, she's going to be running the Boston Marathon and raising money for cancer research. Our guest this morning here on the WAVE, 97.9 WHAV.
Wake up with Wayne Damon weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on 97.9 FM WHAV.